NBA news and rumors coming your way on NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. So with that, give me a follow on Twitter at Chase_Senior. Let's talk some more hoops on the Twitter sphere. Slide in my DMs. Let's chop it up. What up, Hoopers? Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. Coming up, an NBA news and rumors mailbag where I take all of your questions during our live show on Monday. So without further ado, let's get to these questions. Jeremy's child, last question in this mailbag, was the Robert Williams deal an overpay? Definitely. I can't believe the Celtics gave Robert Williams that much money. I mean, more than $50 million for a high-flying, hyper-athletic guy who blocks shots and throws down dunks on alley-oops. He's good defensively on switches and protecting the rim, but he can't shoot worth a lick. Not a good free throw shooter, so he's a liability late in games, and I think his game is somewhat limited. I think Robert Williams got that deal put on the table with him and his agent from Brad Stevens, and they're like, oh my God, how quickly can I sign? Because I can't believe that the Celtics offered him that much money. I mean, he's a good player, but that's great money. Celtics offseason, some might say, it was kind of weird. Dennis Schroeder, Marcus Smart extension, Robert Williams extension, Enes Kanter, grade it for me. Celtics offseason right now, A, B, C, D, or F. If you want a shout out on today's show or on Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter at Chase_Senior. We're recording this during our live show on NBA Now on Monday. So those of you who give me a follow right now during our live show, I'll give you a shout out later on today. Slippery Sam. We have a Slippery Sam in the office right now. Who are the top remaining free agents right now? Lauri Markkanen obviously is the headliner on that list, but he is a restricted free agent. I also think guys like Avery Bradley, DeMarcus Cousins, Dennis Smith Jr., J.J. Redick, those are in the category of some of the top remaining NBA free agents right now. Speaking of NBA free agents, this is what you call a segue. Who is your favorite NBA free agent right now? Let me know in the comments section. I just listed a few names. List some names that I didn't mention right now. Here at Chat Sports, of course, we have a main Chat Sports YouTube channel, which we're approaching quickly, 270,000 subscribers as a company, but also we now have six NBA team channels. So if you're a fan of some of these team channels, make sure you subscribe because we're pushing out multiple videos every week for potentially one of your favorite teams. And if they aren't one of your favorite teams, maybe you just like to keep tabs on the Lakers, the Warriors, the Mavericks. The subscription links are being filtered at the bottom of your screen thanks to producer extraordinaire Jack Lauderay. Lakers report, we're almost at 40,000 subs. Warriors today, more than 21,000. Mavericks almost at 15K. Three of our newer channels. Celtics has been around for a little while, growing very quickly. We're trying to get to 10K. Knicks and 76ers channels. Knicks now, Sixers now. We launched those a little more than a month ago already. Knicks, nearly 2,000 subscribers. Sixers, almost 1,600 subscribers. All of those subscription links are also in the description of this video. Subscribe to those team channels right now and show us some love here at Chat Sports. XavierReks, what do you think is a good move for the Celtics to do before entering the season? And what about Isaiah Thomas returning back? Isaiah Thomas back to the Celtics, now that you re-signed Marcus Smart, Peyton Pritchard played really well in the NBA Summer League. You got Dennis Schroeder on a steal, less than $6 million for this upcoming year. It doesn't really make sense to bring back Isaiah Thomas. Now, if Brad Stevens and Ime Udoka look at that roster right now and they're like, you know what, we could use a scoring guard to come in off the bench and we don't expect him to play night in, night out, maybe that makes sense. What do I think is a good move for the Celtics to make? Not pay Robert Williams more than $50 million. Ian Dudge, Celtics receive Dame, Blazers receive Smart and Jaylen Brown. If you're a Celtics fan and you want Damian Lillard on the Celtics roster, it's really the only deal that you can make to get that deal done. Sending away Marcus Smart as well as Jaylen Brown. That's it. Don't come at me with any other player options that currently are on that roster right now. If I'm the Blazers, I'm not doing it. And you can't be delusional about what you give up for one of the best scorers that we've ever seen. So if the Celtics want Damian Lillard seriously, they have to be serious about who they trade away. And it would have to be, seriously, Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown. Let me ask you this question for everybody watching right now. Your favorite free agency signing. Who is it? Was it a big name like Kyle Lowry or Chris Paul? Do you like what the Knicks did, kind of pivoting from plan A to plan B and bringing back some of their own? Let me know right now. Joel Thompson, can the Celtics make the conference finals again this season? I know some people are down on Boston. I'm not one of those people. I think anytime you have two of the best wing players in the league, you have an opportunity to compete for championships year in, year out. Jason Tatum, top 10 player for me right now. Jaylen Brown, one of the best two-way players in the league. Outside of that, it's not like they're incredibly deep with premier talent. They certainly don't have a big three. But Tatum, Brown, they can lead you to the promised land, in my opinion. Robert Bruce, thank you for this question. Hello, Jack. Hello, Chase. Hello, Robert. Great job with all of the moves that Celtics have made. Do you think they would improve enough to be a 4 seed or better, please? Yeah, I think I just answered that question on that previous question. I do think the Celtics, because they're a winning organization with a proud history, proud franchise, they always carry themselves in a very intelligent manner. They're always going to be in the thick of things in the East. So I think they can be a top 4 team in the East, no doubt, and I think they can compete for an Eastern Conference crown. Are you subscribed to us here at Chat Sports? Let me know. If you are, type B for brave. If you're scared, type S. Hopefully none of you are scared. So hit that red subscribe button down below for the best, most informative, educational, and entertaining NBA coverage right here on the internet. Robert Roy, any relation to Brandon Roy? He was legit back in the day. Do Ben Simmons, Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, or CJ McCollum get traded before the season? I think Ben Simmons does, because I think the relationship between him and Philly is all but done. I'm not sure it's going to happen before training camp. And if that's the case, does Ben Simmons report to training camp, if some of these reports are true, about that relationship being very contentious and off after the playoff flameout? As for Bradley Beal, I think he starts the season with the Washington Wizards. Damian Lillard, I think he starts the season with the Blazers, and they're going to try to make that Dame, CJ McCollum backcourt work once again. I don't think it's going to work, though, because I don't think that roster is good enough to compete in a very loaded Western Conference. Speaking of those stars, name the first star across the NBA that's going to get traded. Now, I'm not putting a timeline on it, but who is going to be the first star to get traded? Just the first one to get traded leading up to the NBA season, during the NBA season, or into the NBA trade deadline if none of those guys get dealt. Flashy passer, what is your favorite team? Grew up in Philly, Westchester to be exact. Shout out to the 6'10", the 4'8", and the 215. So my favorite team, it's the Sixers. I grew up huge Allen Iverson fan, so much so I wanted cornrows and tattoos. My mom didn't let me, though.